Okay, at long last, I'm going to watch Church of Blow, Season 1, Episode 1, Your Personal Salvation. Now, before I do, I just wanted to say, back in 2006, I started making these playlists. I call them my life playlists. And the purpose was to sort of get myself back into a creative mindset, with particular emphasis on my high school years. Because at that time I considered high school to be a bastion of creativity, which is strange. I don't think of it that way now. But at that time, high school was less than 10 years away, which is really strange to think. And it kind of makes sense. High school was when I discovered a lot of my influences, from jazz to Buster Keaton and so forth. But anyway, and at the time it seemed to work. I don't know if that's just coincidence, but I used to just, I was listening to music that meant a lot to me during those, rich periods of my life. And I don't know, it seemed to get me in the right spirit. Now, of course, I don't think of high school that way now. And in fact, the last 10 years have completely bulldozed high school off the map in terms of creative periods in my life. So that makes me wonder what what effect this will have going through this old stuff. So this will be fun for me. All right, here we go. Fat Boom.
Hi, I'm Reverend Cornelius Blow. Welcome to my church.
Thank you.
I'm here to talk to y'all today about your personal salvation. Now, don't hit that back button yet. I can see you're thinking about it. Well, I can see right through you. I want you to think about a little something for a minute. Do you think it was a coincidence you chose to watch my video? Well, there's 6.3 million videos on YouTube. That's 2 videos for every man, woman, and child in the state of Mississippi. But you chose to watch mine. 6.3 million videos. Imagine that. That's a lot of potential distractions, ain't it? And remember, 2.8 million of those videos are clips of young girls singing and dancing in their underwear and engaging in all manner of sin, the likes of which you never did see. You could be watching some buxom young twiglet doing a webcam striptease while her husband's away working hard to put meat on the table. You could be watching Lonely Girl 15 lying through her teeth to a whole nation. Make you wonder how anyone could have believed a 38-year-old woman with crow's feet was a teenage girl. But instead, you chose to watch my video. Coincidence? I don't think so. Point of fact, you did not choose this video at all. This video chose you. You were chosen because you're finally ready. Life's about to take a turn for the better for you, my friend. Hard times and the struggle are over. And the pain and the sadness, well, they're coming to an end. For I have had a vision. Just like you, I was chosen. And in my vision, I was instructed, Cornelius, it's time to start a church on YouTube.
You can hear my
But
dad
how,
clicking.
I asked, how can I, little Cornelius Blow, start a church on YouTube? And the voice said, if you post, they will come. In a manner of speaking, the same to be said of those buxom twiglets in their underwear. So I posted, and you came. Now, for the time being, all I need from you is to join up with the Church of Blow by hitting that little subscribe button, and I will return with another sermon to lead you to your personal salvation. Follow me. I've been Reverend Cornelius Blow, and you've been very kind.
Well, wow. I'm very tense in that because I had genuine stage fright. But of course it comes across, it's really Cornelius's stage fright. At least that's, it works in that sense. But I was, I don't know, this was a big deal because this was the first time I actually This was the first video where that had my face and voice. I'd done Jazz Dispute, but this is the first time I'm talking, acting. And, just a few months earlier, Lonely Girl 15 was on The Tonight Show. And that was a big deal because this was just a very new thing. It wasn't a matter of making something just to go viral. It was just the fact that anyone could see this. And that was a new thing. Doesn't mean I expected a lot of people to see this. It just meant we were entering very, very new territory, and we were. I had no idea. My life really was about to change. Slowly, but my life changed completely. So I was nervous. That room that I'm in is my dad's office. It's an office that he rented in the city of Portland, and you can hear him. He's clicking on his computer. I forgot he was in the room when I did that. He's just clicking away, just browsing the internet, and I'm this, what a strange scenario. Now that I've put myself back into it. Yeah, just to set the scene, I'm 26 years old here. I was unhealthily thin at that time because I was not eating well. I just made an unsuccessful attempt to leave Maine for the first time. Because I'd lived in Maine all my life, and Maine is not always an easy place to escape from. It was difficult for me, and I've heard it's difficult for other people. I don't know why that is. I think partly because it can be a very serene place. I've discovered since living in New York, whenever my wife and I go to Maine, we go for vacation, and it's an amazing place to vacate, I've discovered. Because it's so, you go there and it's so serene. And that just used to be my life. That just used to be me all the time. And that can be a little too much if you just live that way. And also, it doesn't prepare you for any place else in the world. You feel ill-equipped to deal with anything, pretty much. So I tried to move, and I moved to Tacoma, Washington, which made no sense to anybody. I had friends in Seattle who got angry. So why the fuck would you go to Tacoma, Washington when it's Seattle? I moved to Tacoma because I had some friends there, and they had a nice place, and they had a vacancy open. And that mattered more to me at the time. It was a friend that I met on the now defunct Internet Movie Database, which is something that's going to come up a lot in these discussions. It was a film guy and someone who I respected and wanted to collaborate with. And the irony is that while I was in Tacoma, I started making YouTube videos collaborating with another person who I met on the IMDb, who was Ishmael. The other friend we had a good time. Our movie collections combined were incredible. We watched a lot of great films, and it was a good experience, and I absolutely don't regret. But it didn't work out. I didn't know at the time that Tacoma had the number one. It had the highest unemployment rate in the country, so jobs were not forthcoming. So in practical terms, it was a horrible decision. So I had just come home from that, and if I didn't have, if I hadn't already started making YouTube videos, and if I wasn't already on that path, I would have been in a miserable state. And just as it happens, this is all I had. Because things kept going wrong. I thought I had a full-time job lined up when I moved back. That fell apart. For reasons I will go into in later videos, because in fact on this day, the day I recorded this video, I was trying to get money back from a former a now former employer who owed me money, and but then this person became a subject of one of these videos. These videos became a way to get petty revenge against various people. Ishmael did the same thing. Yeah, so that I've set the scene. It's yeah, it's interesting. I'm very tense. I'm definitely, and the voice isn't quite there, which is interesting. I wasn't happy with that. I remember at the time. But you know, it has to begin in a humble, especially considering where the series goes stylistically. I like that it begins in such a low-key way. I noted that on this playlist, which of course it's not the original upload, it's just it's the playlist that I put on my Weeping Prophet channel. The views for that first video are like 600 something, and then the views on the second one are 160. So 600 people, they gave it a shot, and only 160 continued down the path. But yeah, it's fine. It is what it is. Yeah. That's episode 1. I don't know if I should continue tonight, but that is it for this video. And I don't know. I'm looking forward to this. Some of these I definitely haven't watched. That one I know I've seen more than others, but some of them I definitely haven't watched since I uploaded them. So I'm looking forward to this. So till next time.